Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm going to show you how to make this cute He's the Man gift box. So here we go, it's a really good size. It would fit money, it would fit a gift card. You might be able to fold a little pair of socks in there. Maybe a little flat miniature, a little alcohol bottle, lots of things. Anyway, so this has got a belly band, it slides off. We've made boxes like this before, but this time I wanted to open at this end. So there we go. And that was because I wanted to make sure these edges were pinned down with the belly band. Okay, so I'll pop this back on. Actually, I'll leave it off for a second because I'm going to show you how to put together the box. But I'll show you the supplies you need. So you need a piece of early espresso cardstock, and this measures 10 3/4 by 4 1/8. You need another piece of early espresso, and this is for the belly band, and this measures 8 1/4 by 1 inches. 1 inch, sorry, 1 inches. A tiny really amount of designer series paper. Look at this, it's so cool with the cars and motorbikes on. So this measures 2 3/8 by 4 inches. So you can get lots of these out of one sheet of designer series paper. And then we're going to use again some of the dies. So this time for the banners I've used this one, which cuts 2 at once, so really quick prep. And I've also used one we used in the last project, which makes this shape, and I can't see it on my desk at the moment. We've literally just used it, or I've just used it in filming. So that's the other one we're using there. Anything else? Oh, and some dots. This time we're using very vanilla cardstock for this label. So grab yourself a scrap of that too. Okay, let me show you the scoring on this big piece here. So on the long side, we're going to score at 3/4. This is all in inches. At 5, 5 3/4, and at 10. Oops, got my little markers here. I think that was on the 10, but I'll just move it to check. And then turn it round onto with the short side at the top, and you're going to score this one at 3/4 all the way down, and at 3 3/8. Okay, so that's all your scoring done. So let's do, actually we'll fold first. So we're going to fold on all the score lines and give them a little burnish here. Just so nice to make some mail projects as well, you know. We've got some gorgeous florals and things, but I really love this suite, especially the papers, and actually especially the dies. So even if you're not a big fan of the stamps, the dies are actually really useful because there's some great layers and banners in there that would you know, match up with loads of different sets. So it's a good one to have in your stash. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to cut up to this first score line on all of these little tabs here. So just straight up on each of these, so 4 on each side. Turn it round, do the same on the opposite side. So yeah, it's just been Father's Day, hasn't it? So these have been really useful. Although my sister also does my classes, so I can't. Hi, Deanna. So I can't. I can't usually use the projects that I've made, but that's no problem. You know, I can make some different ones, design some different ones. Now we're going to come in and flower pot these. So we're just going to come in only on these small tabs. Actually, we're kind of going to come in. Let me move this bigger one out of the way. Come in slightly at the bottom, and then cut up into that corner. So you're just taking out this little, oops, these little triangles here, and it leaves kind of like a flower pot shape. So that's why I call it flower pots. So ignore these big long ones. We're not going to do it on those. We're just doing it on these smaller tabs here. So come in at the bottom, you see that there, and then cut up into the corner, just making that little flower pot. Same on all 6 of these smaller tabs. And at any point, don't forget, you can pause the video if you want to take a little bit more time. They don't have to be exactly equal. It's just so that we don't see them when we fold them all in. I'm hoping, I can hear Bo walking around. I'm hoping she's remembered that I've told her I'm filming. If not, you might hear the door open. Okay, so this is what you end up with at this stage. Now, if you do have one of these old circle punches, this is the 1-inch circle punch, any size circle punch really, or a die, or a punch doesn't have to be a circle. We've got the oval punches. Just cut a little semicircle in here. So like I said, the oval punch would be just fine to do that. Maybe the end of the cloud punch, whichever. So you're going to choose one end, come in a little bit here and space it out evenly between those two score lines and just clip out that little bit there. Okay, so I'm going to show you where to put your tape. I'm using tear and tape here. If you're using glue, I would do some at a time, and this is why I kept the box without the belly band on, actually, because the lid here, you only have one end built into kind of like the box. This end here, it has, this is an actual little box, a little tray. This one, you can see these edges don't have anything attached to them. Okay, so I'll show you as we stick it together. These two, which aren't near the semicircle end, stick to this piece here. These pieces, this is the base of the box, and then ignore those, and then just these two here stick to this. So you've only got 2 sticking to this bit with the semicircle. You've got 4 sticking to the base. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put some tape on. You could do tape, you know, 2 little layers there, but just for speed I'm going to, and actually it does hold it. Like I say, if you're using glue, maybe just do 2 opposing tabs at a time, so that you don't get too sticky. Okay, so, and with your tape, just press it down a little bit and it will make it easier to get the backings up, because I know some of you struggle with that. So come in with take your pick tool or some scissors or something and just, she says, just lift the backing off. Again, you get quicker with time doing these bits as you get used to doing it. If you come in, don't try and get it at the end, come in slightly along here, and then you'll just find it will just lift. If you try it at the end, it tends to pull up the tape with it. So there we go. So like I said, on this end, which is going to be the base, we're going to put these 4 tabs round. Okay, so you're just lining up this folded edge with this straight edge on the inside, as we often do to make boxes. So fold in this, that's tucking in the inside, and you're lining up those edges to make a little box like that. And then these 2 in the middle also go on the base. A little bit fiddly, but just bring that round, and this one as well. So there you go, that's the bottom of your box, and you've got all 4 corners with the tabs in, and then that just leaves these 2 next to the semicircle one to come in on the lid. Okay, these ones are easier because you're not fighting the rest of the box. And then these edge pieces go on the outside as you close it. Okay, and there we go. And so we've got that little thumb kind of bit there that we can open it. So making sure you've got this little semicircle facing towards you, add your designer series paper on top, just making sure you've got it the right way up. And I've just done this with glue, liquid glue. Okay, so pop that on centrally as you can. And then for the belly band, you can do this 2 ways. You can either start at the front or the back. And if you start, I've started at the front, but actually if you have, I've got the join here at the back, but you can bring the join round if you're confident you're going to get it under this piece. But I'm just going to start at the front because I don't think anyone's going to check the back of the box. So roughly have it in the middle across your box top. And then you're just going to bend and pinch the side as you go. You can see I've just pinched it there, and then do the same on this side. And then do the same at the back, just fold it round. Don't press too hard and don't do it too tight because you need it still to slide. Okay, flip it over, and then on one of these edges on the inside here, you're going to put some more tape. I would do a double layer here just to make sure it sticks. So obviously we don't want anything sticking to the actual box because it needs to be able to slide. It's a belly band. So just add your tape or glue to this part here. And like I say, don't do it so tight that you can't move it. I think that's going to be okay. And when you do go to put it back on, just a little tip, don't try and put one corner over more because you just won't get it on. Try and slide it all in kind of roughly at the same level, so that, and then you just ease it on that way. Okay, mine is a little bit tight, but there we go. Okay, so let's decorate the belly band. Now, like I said, that die that I showed you cuts out 2 banners at a time, and I've gone ahead and cut them. Whoop, and dropped them. So these are Cajun Craze, which I have to be honest and say is my least favourite Stampin' Up colour, but actually for this it's just perfect. But yeah, normally not a massive fan of Cajun Craze. And 2 Sahara Sand. So I've just picked out the colours that are in here. Obviously the belly band matches the base and these bits in the car here. This time we're going to stamp, as I said, on Very Vanilla. So I've gone ahead and cut my label here. I'm just going to bring in my piercing mat again, because if you've already watched the last video, like I said, when you're stamping an image that's got quite a heavy load of ink going down, sometimes it's best to have something a bit spongy underneath, just to make sure that you really press that image in. So ink up. So this is early espresso ink. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to move that out the way. And then just press quite hard once you're lined up to try and get most of that image. And then we are going to edge again in Sahara Sand, just to give that kind of aged look. So I'm just going to bring my dauber in, dip it in the ink. Am I in the picture here? And then just go round. I just have it at this angle and I just brush down on the cardstock. Move that out of the way. So you're just brushing along the edge. If you want more colour, you come up at this angle. If you want less, you know, come back round that way. But it just adds this little extra edge. There we go. So just pop this ink pad away as well. So yeah, these banners and things are great. You know, so many stamps would fit on this. You can have them this way round when you stamp and just, you know, have your banners coming out different ways. So yeah, very versatile, these dies. So when I put this together, I decided to just play around first with the banners and see how I wanted these to layer up. Because I don't want them to be too kind of symmetrical and neat, but obviously I want them to show, and then this would balance on top, so that kind of thing. So I actually stuck these 2 together first because I know roughly how I want those. So I haven't stuck anything to the box yet. I'm just going to offset these, stick these together. That's pretty much how I wanted it. Obviously take your time and just have them exactly how. So just a little bit of glue on the end, and then I'm just going to offset these. I'm going to bring this one back a little bit so that it shows the Sahara Sand underneath. And then for this, you need to make sure you only put dimensionals under this section here, because obviously this you don't want to stick to anything else. Okay, so a couple of dimensionals across the center. And before you take the backings off, just have a look and check where you want these banner pieces to go. I'm going to have mine kind of like that. Just put some glue on the back. So I wanted them up a little bit more, rather than, you could have them one going up, one going down, however you want to put these on. But I found having them stuck together first was actually really useful. Whoops. And before it completely sticks, just have a little look to see that you're happy with how that's going to end up looking. And then take off the backings of your dimensionals and pop this onto your belly band. And there you go, my He's the Man gift box. I hope you've enjoyed making this. Take care, see you soon, bye.